for Carlson, one of the best in the SEC. He doesn't give you many opportunities to return kickoffs, but Noyle's got one here, and here he comes. Breaks free with that great speed, spin move. Terrific return to the 40-yard line. And now just with running back Trey Carson, number 5, alongside. The man with his hands full is the center Matthews. And you can see Lawson, great play action. Here comes Murray with that great quickness. Fire, caught, first down, Speedy Noyle.
Oh, and a nice catch.
They're going tempo now with Murray. That's what they like to run. Carson pounds that ball to the 40, set to have Speedy Noyle, and here comes Murray with that first step, trying to get the left edge. He does. They're going to run tempo. Carson pounds to the 30-yard line, and another
hip injury, getting him back on the field. You're right, Brent, changes this D.
They continue to blast with Trey Carson. They're not afraid to run it. 3 wide receivers out to the right for Murray. And now they bring Kirk in motion, and they'll send him back. And it's a little bit of a slip screen, and it was read beautifully. Spread across the field. Now he motions White out of the backfield, and they go empty. Pocket holds. Murray fires, deflected, incomplete. Jump ball.
Yards on the season. Hit 2 over 50 against Alabama. Easily in his range.
On the money. Indeed, Jess. That would have been good for another 8 yards. He puts the Aggies up with a 50-yarder. So Bertolette, one of the weapons, and Kevin Sumlin telling us, pay special attention to the special teams in this game. Could make the difference one way or the other. Both these teams. Ford and Countess are back. They'll take a knee on this one. Ford elected. White watching from the sideline. The Aggie coaches are going over, of course, what's happening. Ricardo Lewis gets the first handoff. He basically has been the go. 25 is alongside. Lewis comes through the formation again. Gets to carry it a second time. And very close to that first down.
Find out.
Barber for the first down. Busts a tackle, still moving. Before he is brought down, junior college transfer. They throw it out wide to running back Kerryon Johnson. And Auburn obviously dedicated to the run. The Aggies haven't been able to stop it. This is like a big stretch play. Pitch to the outside. They get to midfield with Jason Smith. Be aware of him. He uses the big back. Battling for the first down that time is Robbins. Continuing to shift the formation. Play action fake. Johnson now swings it back to the outside to Davis.
Cheer.
Robinson is a running back. Johnson fires complete. That ball is going to be spotted at the 40.
Passing downs.
Johnson with his size fires for another first down. Melvin Ray to the 25.
First down.
17 yards to Ray. Motion coming. Robinson again with the handoff. Busts across the 20. Maintains his balance. That's why he was
not in position.
Gus Malzahn coming with the whole package. Fires it to Davis on the outside. Davis tries for the pylon. Got it. Touchdown. How about Jeremy Johnson?
You know, the thing that impressed me most on this drive, Brent, was the tempo on offense from Auburn. They always had their foot on the gas. Let's go back and see if Marcus Davis was able to get in as he's being tackled. Stretches the football out. Looked to me like when that football breaks the plane, is there any knee down? Is there an elbow down first? Right there, he's down, but I think the football had already crossed the plane. I think that's good, yeah.
Here's Carlson on for the extra point. Game on in College Station. Breezes here in Texas tonight. Carlson, and here's Speedy Noyle. He had a good return to start this game. Cut off, so he comes back the other way. Around the 25-yard line, he's attacked by the coverage team of Auburn. And here comes an NFL scout. Watch the center for the Aggies. Can he handle the big nose man tonight? Meanwhile, Trey Carson swinging wide and out of bounds as he came across the 30.
Murley was going to hold on to it. That allowed Carson to get outside.
Carson now on a cutback move. And he is stopped shy of that 35-yard line, so it'll be third
and short. That's where he can hurt you.
White checks in as the running back. Here's Kyler Murray coming in behind him with that great speed. Steps for the first down and out of bounds. Muschamp puts 3 linemen down. Now shows pressure on the outside. Murray moves to the left. When he moves the pocket, he's lethal for a little. White, and there's a whistle on the snap. Penalty's going to go against the Aggies. You know, Jesse, you know, you were a big fella. You could stand back there and let the big guys, you know, protect you. Kyler Murray now, he's only 5'11". He's like Russell Wilson up there, and has already taken Adams and shifted him over just a little bit. Fires again. Man, is he accurate as he hits Seals Jones with that pass. Needs 7 yards. And he keeps it. Kyler Murray got a first down. There's that. Trey Carson back in the game. Play action to him. Now Murray rolls the pocket on the move again. Wow! He hits Josh Reynolds. Kenny Williamson.
Receiver downfield. Offense number 74. 5-yard penalty from the previous spot.
And long. Kyler off a play action. Going to throw it deep end zone. Got one-on-one. It's picked off, I believe. Yes, indeed. Davis, a freshman from Miami, Florida, makes a tremendous interception. He had great coverage all the way.
It was unbelievable coverage and an unbelievable job competing for the football. This was a good decision by Kyler Murray. He had the matchup he wanted. Will Muschamp loves it. But he has Damian Ratley as wide receiver, one-on-one with a post. And how about the true freshman, Carlton Davis, just wrestling this football away from the wide receiver. You got to go back and watch this again. See if the football hit the ground at any point. I don't think it did, Brent. I think the football was lodged into his body the entire time. They're going to look at this, but what an effort by the true freshman cornerback. Huge turnover in his own end zone.
So here comes Johnson back with the offense. And right away, Robinson, the running back. And he is hit by Hilliard. Davis is quickly made on defense. Robinson with a little counter move. Breaks free, 35, 40. You can see why this young man was so highly recruited. He would
do a good job right there, and there's that explosive run.
Here he comes again, steps out to the left, pitches daylight beautifully before he's finally ridden down at the 20.
Bodies, and they're gashing A&M.
And that stretch play to the outside to Davis, it was read beautifully. This field completely closed now. They'll stretch it to the outside, and that is Kenyon Johnson. So they have used quick throw on the slant pass. First down, Melvin Ray again, the senior. They lead at 7-3. Jeremy Johnson has him stalking another touchdown. Robinson tightens up behind him. Here he comes off the right tackle to the 5. Second and goal.
And Auburn has decided to bring in big body.
He's back to take the direct snap, the freshman running back. He'll keep it himself. Come left side, try to get the edge. 5, pushed out of bounds at the pylon. Here's Ricardo Lewis. Robinson pounds, reaches for the end zone. No signal. They're going to mark it short. They're going to say he didn't get there.
It's interesting too, Brent, because Peyton Barber is normally their best short yardage inside runner. 12 rushing touchdowns on the year. So many of them have come from this situation.
I'm taking a look at this one, boys and girls. I thought it was over when I saw it. I think this is a touchdown.
All right, here's Javon Robinson as he's jumping up over top of that line, stretches the football out. It certainly hasn't touched the ground yet, it appears. Yeah, it looks like that football's crossed the plane. All the ball has to do is break the plane. It doesn't have to cross it fully. Right there. It looks like his legs and his body, it looks like, are on top of other bodies when he was doing that. Let's take a look again here. You got pulling linemen out in front of him, cuts. Now the ruling on the field was that he was down short, so you need indisputable video evidence to overturn this call.
After further review, the runner broke the goal line, therefore touchdown.
Yeah, I think that's the right call. Good eyes, partner.
So how about this Auburn offense?
You know what? They just look completely different to me, Brent. And it's not that it's throwing and running. It's the tempo. They're getting plays on the ground. They haven't looked as explosive in the run game this year since probably they played San Jose State earlier this season. They've really struggled running it here in recent weeks. But I'll tell you what, right now, this looks like 2013. I said it before.
No, they need 2 victories to become bowl eligible. This was a team that many predicted. They sure do. Speedy Noyle's back in the end zone. Here comes the big leg again. They don't give you.
He's been on both sides of this scenario.
Yeah, exactly. And there's a penalty flag thrown. There were 5 receivers out on the field, and Kyler jogs over to the sideline to talk to the coach.
Defense, 12 players in the formation. 5-yard penalty. Remains first down.
Those 5 receivers. Snaps one off to Reynolds, and that's a first down. So giving him 1st and 5. He's got Christian Kirk, one of his receivers, alongside of him, and he's a speedy rascal looking for daylight. Makes it to the 40-yard line on 2nd down. Quick flip to the outside to Kirk, short of the first down. Good tackle.
Get him the rock.
Big running back Carson is in for this 3rd and short. Let's see if they use him. There he comes. Got the first down. 49-yard line. Move the chains. 3 down for Muschamp. Quickly to the outside, and here's Christian Kirk to the 45-yard line. Let me check that.
On these quick throws.
Moving the pocket to the left. He's lethal. Squares the shoulders. Fires incomplete. You know, Jesse Spavital.
Now they need him to make big plays in situations like this.
Quickly out of his hands. And Seals Jones breaks a tackle. And it is first down. Cost them more.
After the play was over, personal foul. Defense number 19. Late hit out of bounds. After distance from the goal. Automatic first down.
And I think
Carson on first down. Gap on the left side. He crosses the 10-yard line. You got a tight end on the left side of this formation. Looking to that right, going to the end zone. Intercepted at the goal line. Intercepted by Garrett. Justin Garrett picks it off. A very costly turnover.
the 2nd time early in this game Kyler Murray has been intercepted either in the end zone or close to it.
Kyle Allen might want to lever up that right arm. That's 2 picks. Jeremy Johnson's been the quarterback the entire game. Sean White out with an injury. Auburn, 2 scoring drives and 2 possessions. And they're coming with a powerful running game again. And that is Robinson.
There's a lot of wind down there too, Murray.
There's Robinson again. Wrapped up. So this will be Huddle close to the ball. Johnson brings motion. Drops it off. And misfired. He had Aggies, but they want that explosiveness. This could be a terrific matchup. Phillips boots it up in the air. And Kirk makes sure he makes the catch. Nights ago, he did visit the Alabama football game. I don't know if he's here tonight, but we wish him the best. And it'll
2 interceptions early in this game, though, giving him a little bit of swagger.
2nd down, and here's White looking for daylight, and he is wrapped up about the 47. Play action, move the pocket to the right, and has to throw it away. From Boynton Beach, Florida. Under pressure, gets it off. Fair catch, the signal at the 11-yard line, and that's for Auburn. Touchdown. Robinson gets the call, and he comes out across the 15-yard line.
Malzahn wants this unit to have.
Comes right back with Robinson, pounding the middle, and Robinson battles his left. Gets another carry, and he's feeling it tonight, Jets. You talked about center, number 73. And here they come again, pounding to the...
Today.
They got 3rd and short now against this Aggie defense. The Barber's not going to get it. Good stuff. Another high Phillips punt. Didn't get the hang time that time. Kirk gets on it at about the defer. They wanted the football. There's Trey Carson swinging right, cut off. And he's down after a couple of Speedy Noyle. Checks into the lineup. One of the 3 receivers to the left. They come back with Carson, and he is short.
Defensive look.
And Murray straight back. Beautiful snatch by Noyle for the first down. And
No, the in route wasn't open. You'll see here, he starts to his left, then he comes back. First window not there, waits for the second window to open.
Here comes Kirk swinging it out of the backfield, and a terrific second down. Rides Carson. Carson got the right edge, and he... Carson on that read option. It looks like they found something.
To the point between the quarterback and running back.
Option to White. White is cut off. And it will now be 3rd.
Need to be physical coming out of their stance.
White will be the running back behind that line. And he didn't get much of a push. I think he's going to be short of that mark. We'll take the direct snap. And he's going to run for it. I don't know if he got it. It's going to be very close. Auburn doesn't think he got there. Muschamp's delighted. Earning the big bucks.
Can't say enough about how Auburn's defense has responded in this first half. Up front, a little misdirection, delayed quarterback run. Casanova McKenzie gets an arm in there. Jonathan Jones from the cornerback position. Muschamp looking carefully right where that first down marker is. He knows that Kyler Murray was short.
Since they banned Mike Stoops to the press box at Oklahoma, I love Muschamp. And they pound away right in the middle with Robinson. I'll tell you, Robinson has had a...
Trying to keep Texas A&M off balance. They got to get back to that tempo.
And it was the Aggies who had a little defensive. One of the wide receivers for Auburn. Now he tightens back up. Gets the call. Spins. And now it'll be Phillips coming in for Florida State. So undoubtedly they'll be number 1 again next week. Oh, he's got his hang time back on this one. Fair catch hit an Auburn player, I believe. That's what we like to see, boys. Keep it up. First down and 10 now. And here comes Murray with that great speed. Then he throws on the run. Ball's dropped.
Receiver.
20 seconds remaining. Auburn in a prevent. Murray playing hide and seek. Incomplete, and that could have been the 3rd pick. Down and 10 now. Here's Murray. There's that speed. That's what Jesse Powell was telling you. He'll hike it out of bounds. Let's see the youngin's deep arm. Down into half. And that was Montravius Adams. We've talked about the nose man all night long, and he gets the sack to end the first half. Maria's going to grab Gus Malzahn. You'll hear that during halftime. And Auburn leads it 14-3. Now let's go to the studio for the Regions Bank halftime report. for Auburn. From the 4-yard line, Johnson. And Johnson is out to the 25-yard line.
The chart at you. He's had a very good first half.
Robinson opens with a 100-yard first half. Why not? Breaks a tackle. What a
easy to break if you're Javon Robinson.
Crosses the 40-yard line with that first. Carry on Johnson now is alongside the quarterback. Looking for him back downfield. Fires sideline. Got him. He lined up and
was going to have to make some throws. When they go to these slow developing fake reverse play action plays, it usually means they're taking a shot. There's a great catch by the true freshman running back.
34 yards. Now they give it to him as a running back to this closer to the quarterback. Just keeps on driving. Shots in, incomplete, and it's a 4th down.
As the leg as Carlson has, this is no gimmick.
It's a 35-yarder from the right hash. That's good. 17-3. Auburn leads it. Meanwhile, 10s infrequently gives you a return. Noyle's going to try it again. 10-yard line, cuts off to the right. And he is down at the 20, now in control of the West, and here we go. Murray slips it to the outside on that first down pass. Good gain by the
Reynolds more involved down here on the outside of the screen as well.
Carson motions out of the backfield. Murray deflected and almost intercepted. On the move, it is intercepted. There is the youngster's 3rd interception of the night. Blake Countess.
Great job staying stride for stride with Christian Kirk. Watch him get his head turned around. His hands on the football, on a wet football. This is a guy that played.
The play was over. Unsportsmanlike conduct. Defense number 8. 15-yard penalty. First down.
But Blake Countess, a guy that led the Big Ten in interceptions 2 years ago, playing cornerback. Will Muschamp moved him to safety because of those ball skills, and you got a chance to see that right there. Can't say enough about the defense for Auburn. You have to wonder about the confidence level where Kyler Murray's head's at. Only in his 2nd start here, struggling at home.
Let's check in on this unsportsmanlike conduct. This costs Auburn very good field position. You could see him reaching out there. McKenzie, I believe it was.
It's pointless.
Yeah, it was kind of silly.
Yeah, and it's obvious. He's trying to get Ricky Seals-Jones off the pile. He's played too much football. He's been along too long. He's made too many big plays for this defense. He knows better than to do that.
Barber is now alongside Johnson. And they bring Ricardo Lewis on an end around, trying to get the edge on the left side across midfield, and goes down at the 46-yard line. Good strong. Jesse would step into that role, and he has not. Here is Barber now off to the right. Barber up behind the middle of his offensive line.
Different ways.
They give him some protection. Smith comes around and gets a handoff. They stretch the field, and there's a penalty flag. That one just looked odd to me.
Again, Auburn attacking.
Malzahn's not agreeing with this.
Personal foul, illegal block below the waist. Offense number 27. 15-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
Normally they break the huddle, line up quick, and try to snap it. Trick play, watch out. They got a guy crouched.
And they hand it off. He comes around, and the trick play works for a first down. You called it, Jess. You got to watch out for the trick play. That was Ryan Davis, the freshman from St. Petersburg, Florida, who wound up with a football.
He's 5'9", 164. You see this play run in high school all the time. He's just crouched. You see him right there. He's going to get the handoff. All the action going the other way. The trick play fools Texas A&M.
That's the hidden human trick. Now they're back with that Wildcat formation. And here comes Johnson right straight ahead. You can see how badly Auburn wants it. Robinson is motioned to the other side by Johnson. Gets the handoff, cuts right beautifully, and he is down to the 50.
The Gus Malzahn offenses of old.
Ricardo Lewis again slips a defender, and he's forced out of bounds, and that's short. This is a noisy environment for a visiting team. Dropped by Ricardo Lewis. Dropped an L on the field. Fires it away from the off the upright. Bangs it to the cross. The ricochet field goal. Boink.
Just seems like the breaks tonight are going Auburn's way,
No
doesn't
question.
it? You know, that great interception early in the game by Carlton Davis. This is just how you dial it up.
Oh, Carlson praying. He's praying. Please go to more Colorado where I grew up. Take a good hop. Yeah. Relief. Men that I have ever watched on all the kickoff teams. Frequently makes tackles. Blocking for Speedy Noel here. Bobbles it. Now he'll come over and see if he can find daylight. And Auburn has him surrounded. And he is down at about the 18-yard line. All right. The Aflac question. Carson. And that is Carson pounding ahead. I'm with Heisman.
Right.
So forevermore it became Theismann as in Heisman. Banging for the first down is Troy Carson carrying.
They're going to rely on him even more.
Play action. Flip it now to Kirk. Kirk got the edge and out of bounds.
Guys not to think too hard about his mistakes and move forward quickly.
Well, he keeps it and he's moving forward quickly right now. 45 and steps out at the 46.
Athleticism.
First down and 10. Here comes Carson. Banging behind the middle of that Aggies offensive line. The Carson short of the first down.
Kyler Murray's the one.
Watching his son. Fires to Reynolds and got the first down. Pitched it to the outside. And Reynolds is to the...
The key on these screens is to get it out of your hands fast.
Here comes Carson up the middle now. Big hole. Explodes. Powerful run to the 5th. Caught. Hands it off to White. White is short of the 5-yard line. You can find the edge. Instead he comes with the workhorse, Jess, as you predicted, and he got the first down before he was pushed back.
It's a great run by Trey Carson.
Here comes Murray now. He's keeping it. Coming to the right. And he is stopped at the 2-yard line. And I mean, there's a penalty flag on it. There's a penalty marker thrown right down where the stop was. Countess was in on that stop.
I don't think this penalty is being called on the tackle on Kyler Murray. I think it's on the block on Auburn's defender. I think they're going to be looking at targeting potentially.
Personal foul, targeting a defensive player. Offense number 9. Previous play is under review.
Now, by rule, a defender that's receiving a blindside block is deemed defenseless. Now, you got to remember, Ricky Seals-Jones has been called for targeting earlier this year on the same kind of play. Is there contact, forcible contact, made to the head or neck area of the defender, Dinson? And that's what they're going to be reviewing and looking at right now.
It's going to be targeting. There's no question. He got him in the helmet area, Jeffs.
Yeah, and he's a second-time offender.
And did too.
After further review, there is no foul for targeting. It's second down.
And Carson's hit in the backfield. That was
man all over the field. Hubenak might have to make a play.
Looks to throw high, end zone, grabbed. Speedy Noel. Touchdown Aggies.
It's a great decision by Hubenak, finding a healthy Speedy Noel. For the first half of the season was a bit dinged up. One-on-one against Auburn's best cover corner, Jonathan Jones. It's a fade route. The ball thrown high and away where only Speedy Noel can make the catch. Great answer by Texas A&M's backup quarterback.
Taylor Bertolette, Reading, PA. As the Aggies score their first touchdown of the game. And they pull to within 10. 2:23 to go in the third. To 10. And this one will not be returned. And 10, Peyton Barber. Up under center's Johnson quickly. Going to bring a man off the edge now. And around the corner is Smith. Jason Smith, powerful
ways to do it. Johnson gets up under center late. And it's the H-back Chandler Cox out front getting a block on Devontae Harris.
24 yards, back with Barber, daylight. And Barber with quick flip to Smith on the outside. And he's at the 30-yard line. Jason is... Barber battling his way close to that.
Lined up.
They bang for the first down to the 25-yard line. Here comes Ricardo Lewis again. This has been a go-to play. 10 down to the 7-yard line he goes. First down and goal for Johnson and the Tigers. Barber to the 3-yard. Second down. Johnson with Barber. Here comes Barber, hit the backfield and thrown for a loss.
See if he can deliver one right here.
Ray is to his left. Rolls in that direction. Throws in now, knocked out of bounds. Beautiful play by attempt at 21-yarder. Shorter than an NFL extra point. Nails it. So it's Carl's right leg doing all the scoring after those first two touchdowns, and the officials with a pile up down in the middle.
Texas A&M's hopes of a win rest on the shoulders of Jake Hubenak.
Carlson hangs it high, and this one, Noel. He caught that touchdown pass just a short time ago, and he brings it out to about the 26.
That a lot of people don't know what a great player Jake is and how well he did when that competition was open again. So it's interesting to see him now, but I'll tell you that Ricky Seals-Jones as a
responsible for the lone Aggie touchdown on that pass to Noel. He hands to White, and it was not the smoothest handoff.
Kyler Murray, quicker than Kyle Allen. He can get out of his hands quickly.
Like that. And complete. Deflected. It was Kaiser. Big leg. Fair catch at the 26-yard. Alongside Jeremy Johnson, who's gone all the way as the Auburn quarterback. Delay. And he barges across. Been moving his offensive personnel around. That's Robinson coming back to join Johnson. Gets the handoff. And to the right, he's to the 35. Battling for the first down. Robinson gets it. And then they bring the hammer.
And championship if you can't stop the run.
And there they are, not able to stop him. This will be third down and short. Play action by Johnson. Firing the deep ball, complete to the 24-yard line. Tony Stevens from Orlando, Florida.
Great improvisation by Jeremy Cox. Jeremy Johnson did a good job getting his eyes downfield to spot a receiver. An even better catch by Tony Stevens at 6'4". Thought that was going to be a run. You throw it deep. Nice job.
Johnson has always had the big arm. Here's Robinson. And Robinson, they motion Robinson out. Now they'll bring him back into that backfield. Little window dressing. And then they give it to him behind middle. You know, just we probably have not given the Auburn offensive line.
Left tackle playing tight end.
And Robert Leff checks in, number 98, to help with the blocking. They power behind the right side, and it appeared as though he was a little short that time. You've had a hard week, my friend. Here's a 31-yarder. Got it. He has flirted with disaster a couple of times tonight. And there is your 16-point lead. So even with Canadian mathematics, the Aggies can tie it with 2 touchdowns and 2. Look at this.
Oh, he played that draw perfect, didn't he?
Yeah.
Of the offseason, a lot of pressure on him. But he's performed so beautifully tonight.
Out of the end zone.
Guys that can help him out, but they're going to be throwing it a bunch.
Here they come with the first one. Deep. Noyle. Hubenek. Going to take off and slide to the 30. But got the first down. Muschamp content to rush 4. So Hubenek goes to Noyle, and Noyle is lit up and keeps on driving.
Moving over from right side to left side.
Taking dead aim. And the 2 rushers got to him. McKenzie coming from the other way. And that allowed Lawson to cut off any backside escape on that play. And there's a flag. Referee Kenny Williamson. This crew's done a good job here tonight. Some tough calls.
Number 55.
Little face mask penalty, and that'll keep the
really quickly by Hubenek.
Hubenek here now at first down after the penalty. Fires high at second down and 10.
Forward on the field of Carl Lawson.
Now Muschamp is content to rush just 4 and drop everybody else back in coverage, but he concedes a first down. Ball at the 32-yard line. Hubenek's in trouble, has to throw this one away. Hubenek in trouble. And now it's
the line right now having issues.
Hubenek hit on the release. Jump ball, incomplete. Penalty flag, however, Christian Kirk.
2 fouls on the play. Personal foul, face mask, defense number 30. That penalty will be declined. Pass interference, 14. That penalty will be enforced.
That's Roberts with that penalty. So is wound down now to 4 minutes. Hubenek off a play action. Receiver covered to the left. He needs right down that sideline and then stuck it across the marker. And I think there's another penalty flag down. Yes, there is. Referee's picking it up on that far side.
I think it was. Yeah.
Defense 74. 10-yard penalty to the previous spot.
20. And the Aggies have been backed up to the 27-yard line. Hubenek steps up into the throw, fires corner incomplete. Carson with the run. Goes back, so it'll be a 2 if they need him to make a touchdown. Here's Hubenek on the 3rd. End zone, out of the end zone. And
He just threw that out of bounds. There's no chance for Speedy now.
Hubenek has time, fires middle. And that is going to do it here for the Aggies. 2:55 remaining. And Auburn will attempt to put it away.
Are you kidding me?
And the road goes on forever and the party never ends. So here's the running attack now. Auburn will attempt to kill the clock.
Football, offense, defense, and special teams. You got to love what you've seen if you're Gus Malzahn.
Upset. There's Ricardo Lewis again. Well, we know they're going to bring off the edges.
Jeremy Johnson would play this year.
You know, just as we wind these final minutes down, Alabama at Auburn, simply because that's one of the great rivalries in college football. And, you know, the cliche. Next week, we will go to Kansas City, BYU and Missouri, and that will be at Arrowhead. So we look forward to that as Auburn on SEC primetime whips up on Texas A&M 26-10. Now, let's remember what happened last year in Auburn. It was Kevin Sumlin who beat up on the Tigers. Remember that? Kyle Allen steps out, fires 4 touchdown passes against Gus Malzahn. A couple of late fumbles by Auburn, and they couldn't win it. But there is a huge sigh of relief for the entire Auburn organization as they need just one more win, and they will be a heavy favorite against Idaho. And of course, the Georgia game is a big rivalry. That'll be tough, as will the Alabama game. Let's go down to Maria with the coach.